soul-stealing magi.
Flesh-eating creeps.
Yeah, it's just another day at the office for the madhouse. My werewolf partner and I attempt to keep the peace, without being torn to pieces. Weep at the wonder.
Howl at the horror.
And keep the light on. It's gonna get dark. Episode 1, Small Rock. See her?
Think so. Blonde over by the plate glass window. Looks like she's lived 5 lifetimes before 25. What are you thinking?
I've got a glib gap spell tethered inside my lower lip if we need it. Shouldn't be too hard to get some useful info out of her. Looks like she's covering that whole area. Let's go grab a seat.
Welcome to Small Rock and Roll. My name is Emily, and I'll be your roadie today.
Roadie?
It's what we call serving staff.
That's not vaguely demeaning at all.
We all gotta put food on the table somehow. Would y'all like some appetizers to get you started? We got Tina Turner taters, a lot of bang for your buck. If you're not in the mood for appetizers, we got a special on Ballroom Blitz burrito.
Coffee's fun.
Steak. Bloody as it comes.
She'll do a coffee too. We don't plan on being here for too long.
Dick move, Wexler. Real dick move.
Can't have you turn into a canine on me.
That's not how lycanthropy works. You know that.
I'm teasing. You got your nullifiers?
I'm not a child, Wexler. You think I want to be stuck as an oversized, drooling dog?
Here's your coffee. Feels like we don't see many business people around these parts. What's in the briefcase? Important papers and stuff?
Magical concoctions that prevent me from turning into a werewolf and ripping my partner's head off.
You're Emily Randall, yes?
Yes, I'm sorry. Do I know you? Small Rock's a small town, and I don't think we've met.
We would like to ask you a few questions about some recent disappearances here in Small Rock.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. I have to get back to work.
The house on Farrah Drive. Know about it?
Please, what's that sound?
Do you feel just how heavy all those secrets you've been carrying around with you are? Can't you practically hear the pattern telling you to unburden yourself?
What's happening to me?
If you've got a break, take it. If not, say you're sick. Else you'll be spilling your guts about everything from your bedwetting days to the deepest shames you felt in high school. We'll be on the alley.
Hear that?
Just a cat. Sometimes I wonder if I'm going to hell.
Because of the spell? It's the lesser evil.
A lesser evil is still evil, no?
Wexler, my mother was evil. Deeply, truly evil. What she did...
I was there. Sometimes I just wish there was another way, a cleaner way. Michael would skin me alive to hear me talk like this.
This is the cleaner way. The Magi think they use the gloom, but I swear the gloom is using them. Imagimancy is the only magic in the world that remains uncorrupted. You should consider yourself lucky you can use it. I'd give anything to.
Christ, I thought I sounded like Michael's parrot. Still, you're not wrong. I'm just rambling, I guess. Speaking of Michael, did you catch any info about the sort of investigation he went on?
No. You know nobody talks to me. I didn't hear shit.
Strange.
Most things involving the gloom are.
Still, I wonder. Hell, here comes our girl. Howdy.
The first time I had sex was with Hugh Gunderson in the back of his cramped two-door Ford. There was a wrestling magazine with Macho Man Randy Savage on the floorboard that I could not stop staring at and thinking, my God, that is a sweaty man. In the 10th grade, I cheated off of Alice Griswold's history test, and when the teacher asked us about having the exact same score, I claimed she'd stolen my answers. Michaela Vanderberg gave me my first joint at summer camp near Lake Travis, and I ended up laughing so hard that I knocked a lamp over and burnt down half the cabin.
Mild as far as most sins go.
Start talking about the house on Ferret Drive.
It's a drug house. We got a bad painkiller problem out here, which means we got a bad heroin problem too. I used to go there. Why can't I stop talking? It's like the words are sliding off my tongue and I can't keep them in. I told one of the patrons he reeked of Cheese Whiz and middle-aged despair.
Stuffing your mouth full of paper isn't gonna help. It'll be easier if you just let it all out. I know this isn't fair, what we're doing to you, but we aren't exactly in the business of fair.
I used, but I've been clean for a year. Got into Narcotics Anonymous, you know? Got a job. Miss Bostwick, she runs Small Rock and Roll. She took a chance and I'm clean and I got a job now. Most people don't pay attention to the house, don't pay attention to it or outright ignore it. I spent so much time there, high off my ass. After I got clean, I went back occasionally. My sponsor hated me for that, said I'd backslide. I didn't. I went back because my girlfriend Celeste was still hooked on the horse. I'd bring her stuff.
Stuff being?
Nothing like that. Just leftovers from the kitchen. We throw out a lot of food. Most restaurants do, and you'll get fired if you take any. Miss Bostwick, though, God bless her, she lets me take some home.
So one night you took Celeste some leftovers. Let me guess. Something happened to her?
That's right. How'd you know?
I've read a detective novel or two. Big Raymond Chandler fan.
It was worse than that. I pulled into the vacant lot 2 blocks down. Didn't want to risk my sponsor seeing me in the vicinity, you know? So I'm taking the leftovers and trying to hustle so they don't get cold. About a block away, I see a truck I don't recognize parked in the driveway. Fucking nobody parks in that driveway, right? Helps people believe the house is empty, even if people don't really believe it. I heard some noises from the inside, so I crept until I could get a good look through the kitchen window. On the way, I heard a loud thump, and by the time I could look in, I saw a guy dragging Celeste out the back door.
You get a good look at the guy? Or the truck?
Fuck no. It was pitch black, and the only light was from the dude's flashlight. I know who it was, though. He was talking, telling her to shut the fuck up. I recognized the voice.
And
it's that troglodyte Llewellyn Gunderson. I swear to God it is. I'd know his voice anywhere. Like I said, I had relations with his brother back in high school. Look, y'all, I really don't want to talk about this.
We could leave and you could go back to blathering your sexcapades to your clientele.
No.
Didn't think so. If it was so dark, how'd you know it was Celeste he took?
'Cause me and Celeste always joked about being clockwork crackheads. The joke didn't quite work because we were into downers, but I knew her schedule. Plus, I went back a few times and she ain't never showed again. I'm no detective, but I passed first grade math and I know how to add 1 and 1.
clearly you didn't go to the police.
Clearly you ain't from around here because I did, and the police didn't give 2 flying fucks. More interested in writing speeding tickets for revenue than they are about, and I quote, some junkie whores. She wasn't a junkie whore, you know? She was my friend.
What do you do after the cops turn you away?
Prayed. No shit, I put my hands together and prayed with tears in my eyes that Celeste would be okay. I don't believe in God, so it sounds pretty fucking stupid, but it put a small part of me at ease. I take what I can get nowadays. That was about a month ago. I went back. Sometimes saw the truck out there, sometimes not. There ain't as many folks in that house now, though. That's for sure. Llewellyn's snatching up Small Rock's attics, and I can't help but think I'd be gone too.
What do you think, Wexler? Head out to the house on Ferret Drive? See if there's anything that can point us to this guy?
I know where he lives.
Because of your boyfriend, Hugh, with the Randy Savage magazine.
Yeah. Their daddy had built a big-ass barn in the clearing behind their trailer. Nicer than the trailer, honestly. Used to keep a few horses in there, but I think they couldn't afford them after a while and had to sell them off along with the neighboring pasture. All they have now is the sticks.
Bet those ponies made them popular with all the girls.
A real pussy magnet. I'll write down the directions for you if you want to go talk to him. The cops don't give a shit, but there's clearly something real strange about you two. Maybe you can make some headway in finding her. I did go out there once to confront him. Heard some noises when I pulled up to his trailer. Weren't loud, but I pulled a fucking U-ey and left. I know they were coming from that barn. I beg Celeste's forgiveness every night, but there's something not right.
Thank you, Miss Randall. My turn to repay the favor. Sorry for the inconvenience.
What happened to me?
What do you mean, what happened to you? We had some questions. You decided to be quite forthcoming with your personal life.
No. You did something to me, some kind of... I don't know what. I'll tell.
Tell who? As far as most people are concerned, we don't exist.
And anyone who believes we exist quite often wishes that we didn't.
Who are you two?
Ma'am, you wouldn't believe us if we told you.
Pay the fuck attention.
What do you want me to do? Mario Kart power slide around the potholes? Your stuff okay?
The juice is fine. The fuck did you learn to drive? Miss Peregrine's home for wall-eyed children?
You can't do that.
Do what?
Mock wall-eyed children.
I'm not mocking wall-eyed children. I'm mocking the fact you drive like a sloth is slow dicking you in the eyes.
Thank you for that striking image. That it?
You see any other meth chic trailers around here?
When we get back to the madhouse, remind me to ask Solomon for a tongue crip tat.
You'd grow bored without my razor wit.
Your wit couldn't cut boiled butter. What I'd really grow is some goddamn sense and get out of this game altogether.
You wouldn't, would you?
No, I wouldn't. Hard to step back into the light once your eyes have adjusted to the dark. You ready?
This one should do the trick if he bolts. What about you?
Limb lock on the left arm if he makes any quick moves. Emily's will offered more resistance than I anticipated, so the glib gab is exhausted. Don't expect any easy answers out of him.
Limb lock? I'm still not totally familiar with the different imagimancy spells.
Straightens the bones out. You can push a spell to break the limb if you need to, but that isn't playing nice.
How did it feel getting inked on?
Like Solomon was pulling every muscle fiber in my arm, tight as a piano string. I never get used to it. I swear to God, I thought my arm was gonna snap apart. Glibgab wasn't much better.
They make the ink with creep parts?
Mostly. I don't know all the details. Part of me doesn't want to. But don't worry, V. You're our special little exception to the rule.
How comforting. I don't like the smell of this place. There's definitely gloom at work here. It smells like blood. Blood and another kind of blood. Like if blood was milk and could go bad. It smells chunky.
Thank you for yet another vivid image. I don't know if I've ever used the word chunky to describe a smell before.
Thank my mother. She's the one who saw fit to enhance me. Think this guy's a threat?
He's been snatching up people doped out of their minds in the middle of the night. He's an opportunist, not a hunter. And if he was a magi, he'd be way fucking smarter than operating like this. If this asshole turns out to be a real threat, I'll let a handful of worms.
He turns out to be a real threat, and those worms will be eating both of us.
Ain't gonna happen, V. Ain't gonna happen.
the fuck are you doing on my property?
Evening, sir. You Llewellyn Gunderson?
Well, considering you just come rolling up on me in the middle of the fucking night, why don't you do the honors first?
I'm Evan Wexler. This is my partner, Veronica Gage.
Wexler and Gage. What kind of dumbass names are those? You got Mulder and fucking Scully hanging out in the back of that hoopty there?
Good to see you at least have network television all the way out here to balance out all the crystal meth and cousin fucking.
Gage,
Who are you calling a cousin fucker?
I think we got off on the wrong foot. Why don't we try again?
Well, why don't you tell me what you want before I go get my pistol and start exercising my Second Amendment rights?
We were just wondering if you've been in Small Rock recently.
You might have heard of it.
Yeah, of course I heard of it. I work most days at a machine shop off of First and Pile.
That what happened to your left hand there? Looks like a nasty injury.
That's mighty wide of you to come out all this way to check on my health. I'm afraid I don't know you. You two police?
Concerned citizens. What are you doing up this late at night?
Getting harassed by assholes showing up at my doorstep, apparently.
This is pointless. Llewellyn, you been out to Ferret Drive recently?
I don't have any reason to go to that junkie hide.
Didn't say anything about a drug house.
Oh, you think you're slick. Everybody knows the house on Ferret Drive, and everybody knows to stay the fuck away.
That's the thing. People have been staying away, including several long-term occupants. Any idea why?
Small Rock's wayward souls are getting clean. Motherfucking miracle, isn't it?
I believe in a lot of strange things. Miracles aren't one of them.
I have to agree with my partner here. I find it awfully strange that Silas Davis, along with a few others, have completely vanished. Poof. Just like magic. You believe in magic, Llewellyn?
If you two making my free time vanish into thin air counts, then yeah, I do.
Let's cut the bullshit. Someone knows you've been snatching up people that nobody would miss. Except someone did miss Celeste.
I'm gonna call the police.
What were you doing out there, Llewellyn? Collecting fresh bodies for a corpse caller? Peeling muscles for flesh carvers? Stealing blood for hemomancy?
You calling me a homo?
Hemo, Jethro. Blood magic. I can smell the blood in the air, like pennies in a furnace.
We know the gloom is present here.
My partner is being too diplomatic, so I'll put it like this. Listen, you dumb bastard. Whatever you're dabbling in, you're well past the point of badges and Miranda rights. If you think we give a shit about the police, then you really have no idea who you're dealing with.
You don't fit the profile for a magi. You stumble across something strange? Some kind of device, or a tool, or book? Seems a bit too out of the ordinary.
I don't have nothing to say.
Keep playing dumb, and I'm going to hit you in the head until you no longer have to pretend to be an idiot.
Just leave us alone.
Us? Where's your brother, Llewellyn?
You'll hurt him.
Llewellyn? Let's see your brother.
I want you to promise you won't hurt him. It's not his fault what happened to him. Yeah, you know what? I'll show you. 1 second. Let me go get my boots on.
Like hell he is. We should go snatch him.
Think he'll run?
If he does, I'll just get planet Earth on his ass.
And here we have a white trash male hiding among his natural habitat of empty Miller High Life bottles, running from one very pissed-off werewolf.
Sheesh. I'll stick to leg breaking, I guess.
It'd be less painful for all involved.
So just what is the Gloom Watcher?
Nobody knows.
You aren't curious?
My curiosity doesn't outweigh my sense of duty. If the nature of the Gloom Watcher becomes essential to containing the gloom, I'll worry about it then. For now, I'll stick to the tasks at hand. Why are you so interested in the Gloom Watcher all of a sudden?
I'm not. Just killing time. Speaking of time, it's been a little bit since we heard from our friend. A bit quiet in there, you think?
Uh-huh. Time to roll up the sleeves. Llewellyn? You in there?
Down!
Get the fuck back! Hands up! Hands up! Wait, what in the hell is that moving on your arm?
A trick I keep up my sleeve.
Ah, God, my hand! Fuck, God damn it!
He's getting away.
Shit! Some of the vials are broken. Where are you? Where are you? Haha!
I'm never gonna get tired of seeing a werewolf in yoga pants.
I like Lycra. It's got some real stretch. You can tell the guy who wrote the Hulk never had to deal with the fallout of your legs ripping through your pants. Bottoms up.
Well, go fetch. Off she went, tearing through the night. I followed shortly thereafter, making sure to collect Llewellyn's revolver and her briefcase. After a little trek down the dirt road, I came across the wolfish form of V. Her massive jaws clamped around Llewellyn's pant leg, shaking it. Just beyond them, a large barn stood, looking as if it had been years since it had received any TLC.
Holy shit! Get it off of me!
Oh, that smell! The barn's closed up. Humble luck. All right, nullifier. Stop barking at me. Here you go. Open wide.
Ugh. Here we go again. Wexler, you check it out. And I think I'm gonna lose my lunch.
I only had coffee.
Well, it's about to come back out decaf. If you don't mind, my change of clothes, please. And no looking.
I'm not looking.
You two are insane. Absolutely insane.
Nice pistol, Llewellyn. Just a 5-shooter. Don't see many of them anymore. Still has 2 bullets in it. Why don't you lend us a hand and open this here lock?
You won't shoot me.
Open the door.
No. I knew you didn't have it.
I'm not fucking around, Llewellyn. Open the lock or I'm gonna slam your face into it until one of them breaks. You don't seem too bothered by this.
You get used to the smell after a while.
Hit the lights. I've seen some fucked up scenes in my day, but it never gets any easier. Bones with little scraps of flesh still clinging to them littered the barn floor. The buzz of flies sounded like a runaway buzzsaw. The stench so pungent I could taste it on the back of my taste buds. At the far end of the barn, one of the lights was flickering, and in the strobe, I could make out a mangled corpse. No doubt one of Llewellyn's latest kidnappings. Beyond that, there was something chained up. 2 Milwaukee electric chain hoists on either side kept the massive creature's arms pulled taut in a mad parody of crucifixion. It noticed us. One eye the size of a tea saucer, shot through with streaks of watery red and septic brown. Bits of bone protruded through the creature's flesh like rocks jutting out of an ocean. The A-bomb flexed. The electric hoist groaned. It held. He looked at me and gave me a bear-trap smile full of jagged brown teeth. The ooze from his gums running down his chin. Jesus fucking Christ. You've been keeping an A-bomb for a goddamn house pet. You poor bastard. Not this time, buddy. Hey, Gage. We've got an A-bomb.
I'll be right.
Well, she's not gonna be much help.
You can't hurt him.
What happened?
Hang on. I'm here. Just had to lighten the... Whoa. What the fuck?
Easy, Gage. Don't get too close.
He's wrapped tight. It takes sudden force to break out, and he's got no leverage. Llewellyn, what happened here?
I don't know. We were riding in the truck one day when you rear-ended some out-of-towner. You exchanged info with the lady. And I swear nothing stood out about her other than the fact she looked old as shit.
You probably just didn't know what to look for. Most of the Magi know how to conceal the damage the gloom does to them.
Well, afterwards, they shook hands and I saw you and went. The lady gave me a wink. I didn't understand. I just thought she was trying to be quirky. You got back in the car and I saw she'd cut him a little with her nails. In the days after that, you started changing. His limbs got all long and muscular. His jaw started protruding and he drooled a lot more. And one day he snapped. Chewed off 2 of my fingers. I got the gun. There was still just enough of him left in there to understand what a gun is. Stared dead at me at that big eye. His mouth just chewing on my fingers like it's baby carrots. That dime-sized pupil just drilling a hole into me. I could see hunger in his eyes. He wanted to eat me whole. But you was still in there too. I took him here and I secured him. I swear to God, he let me do it because he knew he would hurt me if he didn't go along with it. Days went by. He wouldn't eat anything I brought him. It didn't take long to figure out what he wanted.
So you kidnapped Celeste.
The fuck is I supposed to do? Let my brother starve? You know what we've been through together? What our father did to us? Yeah, I kept my baby brother fed. Fed him just like our folks when we was real young. That's right, Huey. Here comes the airplane.
This is sick.
Llewellyn, we have to take measures. I'm calling back to Madhouse. They'll send a crew out to contain this... your brother.
Will they fix it? I asked. Will they fix him? You're a monster, but you look human. Can't you put him back together the right way?
I'm one of the lucky ones. Possibly the only lucky one. This? I'm sorry, Llewellyn. It's too late.
That's so.
Let go, dipshit! Someone's gonna get shot!
Give me that fucking gun! We got a temper! You're gonna be good tonight!
Oh, fuck! One of the hoist chains broke. Wexler, he's got a free arm.
It all happened in the blink of an eye. The right chain broken. He grabbed the other chain with his now free hand. He tore the hoist from its fastenings, turning it into a massive flail. V hit Llewellyn in the ear before pulling him off of me, just as the metal body of the hoist came hurtling at us. Llewellyn, dazed and off balance, staggered into the path of the hoist. Llewellyn collapsed, his body twitching as if he just grabbed a down power line. Hugh howled in frustration before yanking the chain back, his gaze fixated on V. As he wound up for the next throw, I could feel my heartbeat pulsing through my limbs, drumming in my ears. 1 shot left. I didn't have an eagle eye tat to improve my aim, or a slug to buy me more time. All I had was years and years of madhouse training from my mentor, Michael. I put a bead on Hugh, put my finger on the trigger, and put a bullet straight through this massive, glistening eye.
Shit. That was sloppy.
We handled it.
We could have bit the big one.
We handled it. Well, same shit, different toilet. I'll call Vasquez. She'll get Joy and Hope to bring the meat wagon and haul Hugh here back to the madhouse, and we'll meet them back there. 1 second. Vasquez? It's Wexler out at Small Rock. Everything's been sorted. Send clean it before this creep rots.
So it's dead?
Things got messy.
We aren't exactly the Ghostbusters rolling around in the Ecto-1.
Aren't you just a ray of sunshine?
Focus through a magnifying lens to set shit on fire.
What was that?
Nothing. You still there, boss?
Wexler, there's no easy way of putting this.
What?
It's Michael. He didn't make it back from the last assignment.
Jesus. What happened?
We aren't quite sure yet. We recovered his partner.
Lily Thomas?
Right, but something's wrong with her. We have her in one of the baths, but every attempt to wake her has failed. It's pretty likely we won't have a clue until she stirs. Again, Wexler. Evan, I'm sorry.
We'll see you back at the madhouse.
Evan,
Let's just go. Wait, what's that?
a wallet. Can't blame Llewellyn for not wanting to fish it out of Hugh's tattered pants. Let's see. A group photo. Crumpled. There's Hugh hugging Emily. At least, I think it's him. There's Llewellyn and a girl I don't recognize.
Let's get. There's one stop we should make first, though.
Damn it, I thought I locked the door. We're closed. Oh,
We won't be long.
Found this. Figured you might want it.
what? Where? No, I don't want to know. Everything's so upside down. Those days seem so far away now. Like watching an old life vanish in the rear view of a speeding car.
The girl in Llewellyn's arms. It's Celeste, isn't it?
Yeah,
You could have mentioned that.
what for? I told you where Llewellyn lived. I didn't see any reason to bring it up. Sometimes it just hurts to think about a time when nothing hurt you, you know?
I wish I did.
Please leave. I need to be alone, and closing's the best time for that. Wait, I just want to say thank you. If you're ever passing through Small Rock and in need of a hot cup of coffee, you know where to come.
Might take you up on that someday. Take care, Emily.
You thinking about Michael?
What else? Something's wrong, V.
This is a dangerous line of work.
Michael was a dangerous man. I've seen that man walk away from some of the most dangerous creeps with barely a scratch on him. Creeps that would have shredded a lesser Imagimancer to pieces. A Magi did it. I know it. Somebody wants a war with Madhouse.
They'd have to be insane.
Your mother was a Magi flesh carver. Was she anything but insane? Thought so. As we drove away, the ordeal with Hugh and Llewellyn was already fading fast from my mind. Michael had saved my life from the creeps, given me the skills and the power to kill the very creatures that had slaughtered my family. A Magi was behind this. It had to be so. The Magi at fault was attempting to disrupt the fragile peace, formerly known as the Pact of Porcelain, that kept the Imagimancers, the Magi, and the creeps in a state of moderate paranoia instead of full-blown magical warfare. The Madhouse and its allies kept tabs on the Magi. The Magi kept their experiments and rituals to themselves. And everybody kept the creep presence as in the shadows as possible. Until now. I swore I'd find his killer and bring them to justice. I thought it'd be straightforward. Just a line from A to B. From victim to killer. I couldn't have been more wrong.
This has been a Dream Sculptor Studio production. Episode 1 was written and created by Tom Trest and directed by Brooke Pillifant, starring Gage Richter as Evan Wexler, Brooke Pillifant as V, Kat James as Emily, Dylan Gunter as Llewellyn Gunderson, Chris McAdams as Hugh Gunderson, Dana Williams as Hannah Vasquez. Audio recording and original music by Nathan Parnell. Curious about the disturbing sounds coming out of your neighbor's barn? Visit the100handed.com. That's the100handed.com. Or brave the dark recesses of our social media pages on Twitter and Facebook. If you enjoyed this production, please leave us a review and subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform. You can also support us at patreon.com/the100handed. It helps keep V stocked up on concoctions. Until next time, weep at the wonder and howl at the horror. Fire-Breathing Kittens is an actual play Dungeons & Dragons one-shot podcast with a season-long plot. Because each week's adventure has a standalone microplot, like CSI or Doctor Who, feel free to jump in at any point in the season. There's no need to catch up on past episodes or listen to every single release. Hop right on in to any tale that sounds fun. The cast rotates. Every week has a different combination of 4 of the same group of people. There's a beginning and an end to each week's story. The episode descriptions list the characters who are playing, so you can follow along with specifically their adventures if there's someone you like. Join us as we solve detective mysteries, attempt comedic banter, explore, and enjoy friendship.
Hey everybody, Tom Trust here, the writer and creator of the 100-Handed. Just an update, the website is now 100handed.com. That's 100handed.com. You can find us at facebook.com/the100handed and at Twitter/X at the 100handed pod. And if you could leave us a starred review, whether you liked the show or not, it would help us out immensely. Until next time, weep at the wonder and howl at the horror.